Kunnen op de grond zo. Spiderman, Spiderman. We gaan deze doen.
Someone's gonna get hit if I don't stop that car.
Just gotta make it to the state line. Now's not the time to get stage right, Billy. I've never done this before. We got a clinger. Shoot him off. Taylor, Spider-Man's on the scene.
Yo, dat is clean!
Okay, moving on. And he nails the finish. Spider-Man does it again.
Hey Miles, this combat challenge is all about the art of the dodge. Defeat the enemies while taking as little damage as possible. 3 hits, and you'll have to restart. Step into the circle when you're ready. Good luck.
3 hits. Okay, got this.
Okay.
Let's practice the perfect dodge. Try dodging at the last possible moment. Analyzing hostile combat tactics.
That one felt good.
Ranged enemies incoming. Watch out for gunfire. He's pulling the trigger. Look out! Firing on target. Oh, lucky hit. 2 chances left.
We gaan gewoon even opnieuw proberen het allemaal hebben gehaald.
Initiating melee attack.
Close one.
Bonus unit down to 3.
Here! Yes!
Ranged enemies incoming. Watch out for gunfire. Pulling the trigger. Look out! incoming. Watch out for gunfire.
That was close.
Combat simulation running. More enemies incoming.
That's a lot of guys.
Incoming. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Ranged weapons active. Total unit count decreased.
Aquí tienes. Did anyone see that?
Oh!
Perfect dodge right there.
Heads up. Ranged enemies on the field. Another wave incoming. Keep it up.
He doesn't make it easy. Batter up.
Nee!
Epic. Last wave's up. You got this.
More guys. All right, let's do this.
Oh, lucky hit.
Kankerspel! Ah! Wat is dat? Ik kan bijna gewonnen! Ga even een snoepje nemen. Om, nom, 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 nom. Dat moet niet, ja. Gewoon even sturen, hè.
Ranged enemies incoming. Watch out for gunfire. Pulling the trigger. Look out. Great start. More enemies incoming.
That's a lot of guys.
Heads up. Ranged enemies on the field. Incoming. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Another wave incoming. Keep it up.
Pete doesn't make it easy.
Oh, lucky hit.
Ah, die kankerspel!
Close one.
Ranged enemies incoming. Watch out for gunfire. Great start. More enemies incoming.
That's a lot of guys. Actually, you take this.
Heads up. Ranged enemies on the field. Oh, lucky hit.
What the fuck?
That's a lot of guys.
Heads up. Ranged enemies on the field. Incoming. Dodge, dodge, dodge.
What the fuck?
Major step. Close range combat.
Close one.
Also hit.
Is this the up?
Ranged enemies incoming. Watch out for gunfire. Great start. More enemies incoming.
That's a lot of guys.
Heads up. Ranged enemies on the field. Oh, lucky hit.
Nee, nee, je kan me niet zeggen dat ik de hele tijd dat niet kan doen.
Eliminate.
Listo?
Ranged enemies incoming. Watch out for gunfire. Great start. More enemies incoming.
That's a lot of guys.
Alert. Heads up. Ranged enemies on the field. Somebody's pulling the trigger. Look out. Another wave incoming. Keep it up.
Heat doesn't make it easy.
Eliminate. Initiate.
Ik wil welke worden geraakt.
Epic. Last wave's up. You got this.
More guys. All right. Let's do this.
Initiate. Range attack. Valve decrease. Activate. Clear.
Yes! Ik heb gewonnen. Ah.
What else is there to say? Nice work. Feels like you're picking up some new skills here. Remember, you can one-hit kick.
Wat is dat?
Enemies after a perfect dodge. Pretty handy, just saying.
One hit KO? I'm gonna try this.
Got two words for you. Air combat. In this challenge, enemies only take damage while airborne. Get as many airborne KOs as possible. Approach the prompt when you're ready.
Air combat? Oh, I got this.
Commence it. Melee attack.
And the crowd goes wild. And down he goes.
Try taking guys up on your airport.
Can't stand the heat? Get out the airborne kitchen. Bada bing, bada boom.
Assessing strategic bearings.
Lights out.
KO'd before his feet even touch the ground. Nice.
Man, I feel like...
PT, 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 PT.
Running. Close combat subroutine.
Bada bing, bada boom. And down he goes. Can't stand the heat? Get out the airborne kitchen. And the crowd goes wild.
Try taking guys up on your airport. KO'd before his feet even touch the ground. Nice.
Man, I feel like...
Try taking guys up on your airport. Running. Close combat subroutine. Impressive airborne ballet of destruction there, Miles.
He's right. Way more control up here.
I was practically floating before you obliterated him into pixels. Work.
Classical music will go great with this. Like a waltz.
Whippity.
Ik had hem wel gekillt bij de zevende, dus ik weet niet waarom dat niet telde. Spiderman, Spiderman.
Initiate the Spiderman dig is about exploiting every little weakness your opponent has. If you catch. Squaring off against a world-class prize fighter with clean right hook, and get 10 feet off the ground. See how thunderous his punches are while he's swinging around like a skydiver without a parachute. You'd be surprised how quickly even the toughest dudes try for their mommies when there's no solid ground beneath their feet.
Could listen to Pete Spider-Man shot talk all day. Dude is good at this job.
Ja, ik ben echt zo fucking slecht in deze missie. Jemig.
Melee, the thing I love about air combat, like you're dancing on thin air. It goes
Oh.
do anything. You feel more like a Spider-Man than when I'm bopping and zipping around above the heads of a bunch of earthbound baddies. Pure joy.
Man, you can hear the happy in Pete's voice. He loves this gig.
Simulated unlock. I was practically floating before you obliterated him into pixels. Good work.
Classical music would go great with this. Like a waltz. A waltz with punches.
Firing projectile.
Dit is zo'n moeilijke missie. Ik snap het echt niet.
The Spider-Man gig is about exploiting every little weakness your opponent has. If you catch. Squaring off against a world-class prize fighter with a mean right hook, and get 10 feet off the ground. See how thunderous his punches are while he's whirling around like a skydiver without a parachute. You'd be surprised how quickly even the toughest dudes try for their mommies when there's no solid ground beneath their feet.
Could listen to Pete Spider-Man shot talk all day. Dude is good at this job.
I was practically floating before you
go great with this. Like a waltz. A waltz with punches.
Dat is niet dat is niet mogelijk. Hoe is dit mogelijk, bro?
This Spiderman thing is about exploiting every little weakness your opponent has to give you the edge. Squaring off against a world-class prize fighter with an in-right hook, take him 10 feet off the ground. See how thunderous his punches are while he's flailing around like a skydiver without a parachute. You'd be surprised how quickly even the toughest dudes cry for their mommies when there's no solid ground beneath their feet.
You can listen to Pete Spider-Man shot talk all day. Dude is good at this job.
Impressive airborne ballet of destruction there, Miles.
Pete's right. Way more control up here.
I was practically floating before you obliterated him into pixels.
Classical music would go great with this. Like a waltz. A waltz with punches.
Melee. I take my...
Een 7 is echt slecht, ik wil 10. Ik moet 10 voor alle dingen, dus...
This Spider-Man gig is about exploiting every little weakness your opponent has to give you the edge. Squaring off against a world-class prize fighter with an in-right hook, take him 10 feet off the ground. See how thunderous his punches are while he's flailing around like a skydiver without a parachute. You'd be surprised how quickly even the toughest dudes cry for their mommies when there's no solid ground beneath their feet.
Could listen to Pete Spider-Man shot talk all day. Dude is good at this job.
That's gained altitude. I was practically floating before you obliterated him into pixels.
Classical music would go great with this. Like a waltz. A waltz with punches.
Wat een kutspel, waar... Ik had al 3 kills extra kunnen krijgen! Maar nee, dat werkt niet, hè? Je hebt iets van het kankspel.
Spider-Man gig is about exploiting every little weakness your opponent has to give you the edge. Squaring off against a world-class prize fighter with an in-right hook, take him 10 feet off the ground. See how thunderous his punches are while he's flailing around like a skydiver without a parachute. You'd be surprised how quickly even the toughest dudes cry for their mommies when there's no solid ground beneath their feet.
Could listen to Pete Spider-Man shot talk all day. Dude is good at this job.
Assessing strategic variance.
Fucking kutspel. Waar gaat hij niet in de lucht dat doen?
Melee, this Spider-Man gig is about exploiting every little weakness your opponent has to give you the edge. Squaring off against a world-class prize fighter with an in-right hook, take him 10 feet off the ground. See how thunderous his punches are while he's flailing around like a skydiver without a parachute. You'd be surprised how quickly even the toughest dudes cry for their mommies when there's no solid ground beneath them. Melee, this Spider-Man gig is about exploiting every little weakness your opponent has to give you the edge. Squaring off against a world-class prize fighter with an in-right hook, take him 10 feet off the ground. See how thunderous his punches are while he's flailing around like a skydiver without a parachute. You'd be surprised how good even the toughest dudes cry for their mommies when there's no solid ground beneath their feet.
Could listen to Pete Spider-Man shot talk all day. Dude is good at this job. Pete's right. Way more control up here.
I was practically floating before you obliterated him into pixels.
Classical music will go great with this. Like a waltz. A waltz with punches.
Unit disabled. That was...
Is het wel mogelijk?
This Spider-Man gig is about exploiting every little weakness your opponent has to give you the edge. Squaring off against a world-class prize fighter with a mean right hook, landing 10 feet off the ground. See how thunderous his punches are while he's flailing around like a skydiver without a parachute. You'd be surprised how quickly even the toughest dudes cry for their mommies when there's no solid ground beneath their feet.
Could listen to Pete Spider-Man shot talk all day. Dude is good at this job.
I was practically floating before you obliterated him into pixels. Good work.
Classical music will go great with this. Like a waltz. A waltz with punches.
Running close combat coverage. Unit disabled.
Die ene! Oh, zo moeilijk.
Spectacular work, Miles.
Ja! Ah, doe zelf!
This Spider-Man gig is about exploiting every little weakness your opponent has to give you the edge. Squaring off against a world-class prize fighter with a mean right hook, landing 10 feet off the ground. See how thunderous his punches are while he's flailing around like a skydiver without a parachute. You'd be surprised how quickly even the toughest dudes cry for their mommies when there's no solid ground beneath their feet.
Could listen to Pete Spider-Man shot talk all day. Dude is good at this job.
Combat start. Ranged attack initiated. Unit disabled.
You're down.
Combat engaged. Total unit count increased. Hey, had this idea once for a new sport. Airbox. Set up a giant trampoline, make folks fight while bouncing through the air. $1 idea, right? Scrounge together some money, make a prototype, and talk some guy with a flash of Spider-Man fan club to come and test it out. Super fun for 5 seconds. And then, well, let's just say don't buy second-hand trampoline. A couple few trips to the ER and half a dozen leg casts later, airboxing is down to still think it's a great idea though. Well, maybe I do.
Ja, fucking kankerspel! Waarom ging hij niet in de lucht?
Spider-Man gig is about exploiting every little weakness your opponent has to give you the edge. Squaring off against a world-class prize fighter with a mean right hook, can't get 10 feet off the ground. See how thunderous his punches are while he's swirling around like a skydiver without a parachute. You'd be surprised how quickly even the toughest dudes cry for their mommies when there's no solid ground beneath their feet.
Could listen to Pete Spider-Man shot talk all day. Dude is good at this job.
Ja, waar moet hij... Oh, waar verpest alles? Oh, ik had al lang kunnen winnen, maar fucking kutspel. Oh, dit is fucking vervelend.
Spider-Man is about exploiting every little weakness your opponent has to give you the edge. Squaring off against a world-class prize fighter with a mean right hook, can't get 10 feet off the ground. See how thunderous his punches are while he's swirling around like a skydiver without a parachute. You'd be surprised how quickly even the toughest dudes cry for their mommies when there's no solid ground.
5 keer gemist, oh, alles verpest. Het is niet meer leuk. Het is gewoon niet meer leuk. En hij heeft zo hard gemist. Het moet perfect gaan, anders werkt het niet. Hij had zo hard gemist.
Set up a giant trampoline, make folks fight while bouncing through the air.
Een minuut is best wel veel, maar als het spel niet goed werkt, dan kan je het niet winnen. Als je input 2 seconden delay hebben, ja, dan kan je niks, hè?
The thing I love about air combat, like you're dancing up in the air. You go anything, do anything. Never feel more like a Spider-Man than when I'm bopping and zipping around above the heads of a bunch of earthbound baddies. Pure joy.
Ik had hem in de lucht gekild, maar het telde niet. Hij was op de grond, hè? Hij was op de grond, hè? Ja, zo leuk. Kankerspel, echt waar. Ik ga zo denk ik stoppen. Ik heb echt geen zin meer. Ik raakte het duidelijk. Nee, ik wil niet werken.
Had this idea once for a new sport. Airbox. Set up a giant trampoline, make folks fight while bouncing through the air. $1 million idea, right? Scrounge together some money, make a prototype, and talk to some guys from Flash's Spider-Man fan club and become a test run. Super fun, 5 minutes. And then, well, let's just say don't buy secondhand trampolines. A few trips to ER and half a dozen leg casts later, airboxing received that.
Airboxing. Awful idea. Awful.
Volgens mij bijna.
The thing I love about air combat is you're dancing with thin air. You can do anything. Never feel more like a Spider-Man than when I fuck.
3 keer gemist. 3 keer gemist. Hoe bedoel je dus mijn fout?
Initiate, the thing I love about air combat.
De feeling aan de internet. Oh, kankerspel.
This Spider-Man gig is about exploiting every little weakness your opponent has to give you the edge. Squaring off against a world-class prize fighter with a mean right hook, you can't get 10 feet off the ground. See how thunderous his punches are while he's flailing around like a skydiver without a parachute.
Ik ga stoppen. Dankjewel voor het